Hi guys, welcome back to Clearview Driving. My name is Ammon and today I'm doing a mock test with Lewis. Now we've been doing lessons for quite some time, but they've been very spaced out. Now this year we've only really done about 4 hours so far, 5 hours. Yeah. But your test is coming up in about a week's time.
About a week, yeah.
But we have got some lessons going forward from this point. So today's lesson is going to be his first official mock test. So you know what to kind of expect from today's drive?
Yeah.
The rain is going to make it 10 times harder, so good luck with that. Alright, so throughout the drive I want you to follow the road ahead. I'm going to get you to follow the sat-nav for the first sort of 15-20 minutes and then give you instructions afterwards. I'm going to get you to do one manoeuvre and we may also do the emergency stop.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, now before we get started I'm going to ask you a quick question. Could you tell me where would you find the engine coolant and how do you check it's at the right level?
Ooh, isn't it in the engine? Yeah.
Okay.
And you take it out.
Okay.
It's like a swab.
So the engine coolant, yeah?
Yeah. I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
Okay. Alright, that's fine. It is definitely in the engine, but we'll go over it later.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready, we're gonna get started.
Perfect. Right, should we begin?
Yeah, so drive off when you're ready. So you're following the sat-nav from here?
Yeah. Ready on the start.
While waiting at this junction to turn right, Louis is a little bit cautious as there was a vehicle approaching from the left-hand side and they wanted to turn into the road where we were waiting. Now they could have gone round the top of the vehicle, so it was safer to wait.
They let me go.
Roundabout and take the first exit.
There are lots of factors to consider when driving in the rain. Firstly, you won't be able to drive at the speed of the road as you normally would, so you will be driving a little bit slower. You want to make sure you're giving yourself more time when it comes to braking and stopping for things, and you also want to maintain a bigger following distance behind traffic. The wipers can also be a distraction. Pull over and park up on the left, anywhere safe.
Just in front of this white car?
Yeah, anywhere on the left, somewhere safe, yeah. Thank you. And drive off when you're ready. Louis does give way in a good position, but it would have been safer to wait slightly earlier so it's easier to move off, especially due to the weather.
What's happened to the snap?
Pardon?
What's happened to the...
Oh no, it's still on.
Well, it's suddenly...
After 200 yards,
Yeah, it likes to do
turn
that.
left, B455, then take the second right.
So we're just following the blue line.
Turn left.
this junction to turn left, Louis gets a serious fault for position normal driving. As he goes up to the end, he needed to follow the corner round so that in the new road he could stay on the left. Driving in the opposite side of the road.
After 200 yards.
You're driving in the opposite side of the road.
After 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
When dealing with this large truck coming towards us, Louis gets a serious fault with Judgement on meeting. He has the right idea of going into the space behind the black car, but he doesn't go into the space enough. He needed to go into the space as if he was parking behind the black car. He wants you to go forward in there. You're going to need to go forward this. Just go all the way left. And then that's it, just wait there. As we're now waiting in a position where we're hidden behind the black car and others may not realise we're driving, it would be a good idea to signal to make it clear. When dealing with this meeting situation with the white car, Louis needed to go into the space that's parallel to the white car as there's traffic behind us. He goes into the first space on the left but doesn't go fully into the space, and the white car in front starts flashing their headlights to get his attention. He doesn't realise what to do and I had to help him out. They're waiting for you to go into that space there. When driving in this sort of weather, try and avoid driving through large puddles of water, and if you can't avoid it, be sure to slow down the speed of your vehicle and avoid splashing pedestrians. Pull over and park up on the left just behind the black car, but leave enough space to move away.
At the end of the road, turn right, then cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Thank you. Drive off when you're ready.
cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
The first roundabout along this road has got a really open view and we can see it quite clearly. Louis deals with it really well by slowing down and scanning the junction on approach. The second roundabout has more of a closed view as everything is closer together, but again, Louis deals with it well by slowing down and scanning the junction well. It's really important to always check your mirrors towards the road to make sure that it's safe to move off again, as it's really easy to miss any cyclist or motorbikes that may be trying to overtake you.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, then turn left. Turn left, A40. At the end of the road, turn left. Turn left.
What was that?
It's just a loud noise. It's first speed camera.
After 1 mile, take the exit towards Heathrow.
Sat nav repeat that.
Yeah.
Take the exit, then go around the roundabout and take the 4th exit.
When following instructions from a sat-nav, you usually get 2 audible warnings. As we're travelling at 40 miles per hour, the second warning's coming in around 400 yards. But if we were travelling slower, it usually comes in around 150 to 200 yards, depending on your speed.
After 300 yards, go around the roundabout and take the 4th exit towards Greenford. Go around the roundabout and take the 4th exit.
slows down really well on approach to this roundabout and switches straight into second gear to control the speed when entering.
Bloody annoying, I can't see the road markings.
That's the annoying thing about driving in the rain.
Take the exit, then keep left. After 100 yards, keep left. Keep left. At the end of the road, turn right.
Louis does signal a bit early on approach to this junction, but we are travelling at a high speed and there are no entrances on the right hand side, so the signal wouldn't necessarily be confusing for other drivers.
Turn right.
Driving test. I'm going to give you instructions as normal from now on. How was the independent drive?
Stressful, I can't lie. It's really different just being on your own. You really just start second guessing yourself.
Okay, now at the roundabout, I'd like you to follow the road ahead. It's the second exit. Space to move away, okay?
Yeah. Is that alright?
Yeah, that'd be great, I think.
Yeah, it's not very straight, but it's alright.
That's all good. So we're going to continue now. So whenever you're ready, drive off. Louis initially misjudged the speed of the vehicle that was approaching, but decided not to go as it would not have been safe. As well as making sure the road is clear, you need to make sure you're watching for hazards all around. There's a car that's coming out of a car park on the opposite side of the road, and they're waiting for the exact same gap as us as they're moving into the same direction. Now Louis manages to deal with the car fairly quickly, but this could have been an issue had the car moved in later or moved in at speed. Louis gets a serious fault on approach of the next pedestrian crossing, as there's a pedestrian approaching from the right who steps into the road and Louis wasn't able to stop. Even though it's quite a wide road, it is a single crossing with no island dividing the two sides. This is not a crossing where you have to give priority, and the pedestrian was simply walking up to the end of the road to cross, and there was also a van following us quite closely, which is why this goes down as a serious fault. Also, due to the weather, it wasn't actually safe to brake like this. Alright, if you could pull over and park on the right hand side of the road, don't worry about the driveways on this occasion. Alright, what I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to reverse back for about 2 car lengths, keeping a reasonable distance from the pavement, and try not to touch the curb as you carry out this exercise.
Okay.
Louis is thoroughly checking all around, as well as checking towards the road and over his left blind spot, but he should also be checking over his right blind spot in case somebody steps into the road from the right hand side.
Is that enough?
That'll be alright, thank you. And drive off when you're ready. Park up on the left, just by this street lamp here where we started, just in that space there. That's great there, thank you.
Want me to get the car?
Yes, please. You can switch off the engine. Alright, give me a few minutes, it's the end of your driving test.
Okay.
How was your drive?
I just, when I'm on my own, I just question absolutely everything. And it all goes out the window. I literally like kind of forget how to do it.
Well, well done for going through the whole thing. You did kind of carry on with the whole thing. But right at the beginning we had a few faults, didn't we?
Yeah, we definitely, it all sort of just didn't go right at the start.
Yeah, the start, it was raining quite heavy and you couldn't really see the road markings, so you kind of ended up in the middle of the road at that point.
Yeah.
And I had to tell you to come across.
Yeah.
That's the annoying thing about driving in the rain.
Oh no, I just couldn't
see the road marking. Yeah. But what about that meeting situation? We had a few...
With the big lorry?
Yeah. Like, no, you had the right idea, didn't you? You said, I'm going to wait here.
Yeah. And I waited.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't know what he wanted me to do.
Why did he not go through?
Because there wasn't enough space.
Okay.
So I thought I'd reverse back a bit.
Good.
Which, in hindsight, I should have probably gone a little bit forward.
He was just trying to usher you to go forward, but now you waited, but you're waiting in your side of the road in the middle of your lane.
Yeah.
But there's parked cars to your right.
Yeah.
He definitely couldn't fit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we needed to go into that space as if we're fully parking because of the size of that vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah? So you had the right idea, but you just didn't move over enough.
Yeah.
We haven't done meeting practice around these roads for a while, so that's kind of why that propped up, but that's okay. The roundabout was really good. The dual carriageway was really nice. You dealt with everything along there very nicely, no trouble. We had... Even at the beginning, you know when we started here, that large vehicle turned up and you kind of went next to him and then you just sat there. He had to use the horn to say, get on with it.
I know.
It was the same thing there. Yeah, earlier on when we were driving, do you remember when I said you're positioning too far to the right and too much space on your left? Now that's kind of what was happening with your meeting situations as well.
Yeah.
So you were just leaving too much space on the left and then the cars in front are having trouble.
Yeah.
So what we've got to do with those meeting situations is just move into that space earlier. Okay?
Yeah.
I can't fault you on your mirrors and stuff like that. You were generally really aware of your surroundings, which is nice.
Yeah.
Right near the end, we had 2 faults, one after the other. What happened at that zebra crossing?
The zebra crossing.
Do you remember the man on the right?
Yeah, I know. He was literally just in that blind spot there.
Now, what do we do if you can't see?
I leaned forward.
Gotta lean forward.
And there was a car coming as well, so
Yeah.
it just blocked it.
It completely
The
did,
whole
yeah.
thing.
No, I didn't want to brake on that at that point because it was a double crossing and he just
Yeah.
started on the right. Sorry, it was a single crossing, but he just started on the right and the van behind was a bit close. Otherwise, if it was a bit safer, I would have stopped you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? So it wasn't safe for me to actually put the brakes on at that point.
Yeah.
But that was definitely serious fault.
Yeah.
Then straight after that point, there was that man who approached from the left who then you stopped for. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Now, did you need to stop for him?
Well, I thought that'd be safe than sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so on that one, that's kind of pushing more towards a serious fault because we're stopping where it's not a zebra crossing. It's just, he wants to
He
cross.
did look like he was about to walk out into the road.
We'll see. I know he wanted to cross, but it wasn't like he was going to walk right in front of you.
Yeah.
He was kind of popping his head forward to see.
Yeah.
Okay? But yeah, that's a bit of an annoying one right near the end there. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's any mistakes that I've missed. So we had one stall because you were in the
That
wrong
went
gear.
off in second, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back into one.
But the main concern on that,
Is that a fault in itself?
it wasn't a major fault.
Yeah.
You handled it.
Right.
Nobody was nobody was there when you were trying
Yeah.
to move anyways. But it was the fact of like you turned left really wide that you were in between the 2 lanes. That was really the major fault.
Yeah, no,
the position.
Couldn't see the room.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other major faults. You did really well afterwards, kind of moving in and out with all the mini roundabouts and stuff, being safe on that. It was just the first little bit.
No, it just caught me by surprise, and I think that just like shook me.
What the road markings, couldn't see it with the rain and the
Yeah.
large vehicles.
Yeah, and I think that just knocked my confidence, and then it all sort of fell apart right early on.
It was just right at the beginning,
Yeah.
yeah. And then right near the end, the 2 with the crossing with the pedestrians. It was those 2, those kind of things mainly meeting and
Yeah.
the pedestrians. Okay?
Yeah.
So overall, it's okay. We've got time to fix this.
Yeah.
You did the roundabout really well. You followed your lane really nicely. I know it was quite difficult with the
Couldn't see the
weather.
road markings.
Couldn't
again.
see it. Couldn't see it at all. But you were really aware of your surroundings, checking your mirrors, following your lanes. That was all really good. Okay. Oh, that's it. You're reversed on the right. Did you look over your right blind spot?
I thought I did.
That side.
Yeah.
You were mainly, because you had your arm around my seat as well, so you're mainly checking around this way, which is
Yeah.
great. But what if somebody walks out from that side? Because there were various houses, weren't there?
That's true. I thought I did, but at the start.
Yeah, but you reversed back for 2 car lengths, so that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we should have
Checked it
been
again.
checking more regularly.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, well that's the end of our video today. Hopefully some of these tips are useful for you guys. It is difficult driving in the rain, so there's loads of factors to consider, like following distance, braking distance, road markings, as you can see. That's the
Yeah.
main issue we had today. And the rain actually slowed down by the time we started the mock test. Before that it was even worse.
I know.
So yeah. Thank you for watching and bye bye. See you next time.